People who take walks at night. What's the scariest thing you've seen? I'd only been living in this little town outside Portland for like 3 weeks when this happened. The house I rented was this old farmhouse at the end of a dirt road, surrounded by woods on 3 sides. During the day, it was peaceful, but at night, man, the silence was so thick you could hear your own heartbeat. No traffic, no sirens, just crickets and the occasional owl. I couldn't sleep that first month, too quiet, you know? So I started taking these late-night walks down the dirt path that ran behind my place. It helped clear my head and tire me out enough to actually pass out when I got back. This one night in October, I grabbed my flashlight around 11 p.m. and headed out like usual. The moon was pretty bright, so I wasn't too worried when my flashlight died about 10 minutes in. These cheap batteries never last. I was maybe half a mile from the house when I saw them. These weird marks in the dirt. Not tire tracks or footprints or anything normal. They looked like someone had dragged something really heavy through the mud. Something big. At first I thought maybe it was a deer that got hit by a car and dragged itself off to die somewhere. But the marks were too wide, too consistent. They went on for like 50 feet, straight through the trees. I followed them because I'm an idiot, I guess. They led me deeper into the woods than I'd ever been, past this old oak tree that was split in half by lightning. That's when I saw it. A metal door, just sitting there in the side of a hill like it belonged there. It looked like one of those old fallout shelters from the Cold War, all rusted and weathered. The door was open maybe 6 inches. I froze. Something about it felt so wrong, like every instinct in my body was screaming at me to run. But then I heard this sound coming from inside, a metallic clang, like someone dropping tools or something. Then I heard the voice. Please. It was barely a whisper, but it was definitely human. A man's voice, weak and desperate. My heart started pounding so hard I thought it might explode. I stepped closer and pulled the door open wider. There was this metal staircase going straight down into the dark. The smell hit me immediately. Rust and something else. Something rotting and awful that made my stomach turn. I called down, "Hello? Are you okay?" But there was no answer. Just that same voice, quieter now. Please. Every horror movie I'd ever seen was telling me to get the hell out of there. But what if someone was hurt? What if they needed help? I took one step down the stairs and immediately heard footsteps. Not from below, but from behind me. I spun around and saw nothing but trees and shadows, but I could swear someone was watching me. That's when I ran. I ran faster than I've ever run in my life. Through the woods, down the dirt path, and straight to my house. I locked every door and window and called the sheriff. It took 3 hours for Deputy Walsh to show up. Small town, you know? One cop on duty for the whole county. I gave him the coordinates and he said he'd check it out in the morning with backup. What they found made the local news for exactly 1 day before it got buried. Some guy named Harold Vance had been kidnapping hikers from the Pacific Crest Trail for over 2 years. He had this whole underground setup like something out of a nightmare. They rescued 3 people who'd been reported missing months ago. 1 woman had been down there for over a year. The 4th person they found didn't make it. The news report said Vance had been arrested at his house 15 miles away. They never mentioned my name or how they found the place. Just said an anonymous tip led them to the location. I thought that was the end of it. I thought I could finally sleep at night knowing those people were safe and that monster was locked up. But every night since then, at exactly 2 a.m., I hear that same voice outside my bedroom window. Please. I've checked. I've called the sheriff. I've even set up a camera. There's never anything there. Deputy Walsh says it's probably just trauma, my brain replaying what I heard that night.